Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. Guys, man, I'm still shaky, man. I'm still shaky. What a freaking game that was. And Brock Purdy, even though it wasn't his best game, at the end, that was a clutch drive. And Nick Wright, man, it looked like he was so happy. He had this tweet out when we were down and out. He put this. Check this out. While it was very cool that Brock Purdy is allowed to throw from the gun, it would be even cool if any of those throws from the gun weren't bouncing off the ground. Now, he's been waiting for this, man. He has been waiting for this, and for a while he actually shut up for after the first 15-20 minutes. The game was over, but then this guy, no crow, he comes back, and this tweet was hilarious, man. I show this to you right here, and check this out. Mahomes and the Chiefs having to go from Tua, Allen, Lamar, and Purdy to win the Super Bowl is like going to be on like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but Glass Joe was the final boss instead of Mike Tyson. So he's doubling down, man. He's going out there. It looked like he was pissed off for a second, not saying anything, but he's out there. What do you think about the situation? The haters look like they are still gonna hate, even though that was such a clutch drive, man.
Yeah, man. First off, this guy, I'm pretty sure he was about to celebrate like if he had won a championship. I'm pretty sure he had the champagne on ice already. He was about to start popping bottles if freaking we would have lost that game. And it was looking bad. But Brock Purdy, man, when the tables were down, all the chips, he came in clutch, man. He freaking showed why. We did a video about T.O. the other day where he was saying playmaker or game changer.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this guy is a game changer. He didn't even have the best game, but he made those game changing plays. Few times he should have taken sacks, and he was just freaking kind of like slipping out of pretty much tackles and making sure we didn't end up in negative yards. And then when everything was on the line, man, strikes. Brandon Ayuk, Conley, Kittle, man, he was just clutch when we needed it the most. That is what you call a game changer, when you're clutch during those final moments of the game. And then as far as Nick Wright's other quote, man, the Mike Tyson comparison, that was pretty funny. But what he fails to realize is Brock Purdy is like Little Mac, that guy who's not supposed to be there, who goes against all odds and ends up taking out the world champion, Mike Tyson. He's going to flip that script, and he's going to go after his boy Mahomes. He's going to go after his boy Mahomes if he gets past Lamar Jackson who's he play tomorrow?
Bills,
Josh
Allen.
So if he gets past those two guys, he has to remember this quote, because he's going to see the real-life Little Mac, that underdog story, who's going out and going to try to win us Niners our 6th championship.
So many guys, so many haters out there during this game when it looked like it was lost, were ready. They were ready, man. Like you said, get those champagne bottles. I had people on Twitter message me. I seen my our old videos, people saying, you were wrong. Even D, one of my co-hosts, he's out there. He's turning into a pumpkin, which I tripped out. Like, dude, you're the one that discovered Brock Purdy. You're the one that first day was saying all this good stuff, and now you're fucking bailing. So it's happened. It happened, man. They wanted to give up, but dude, the Brock start, that was such a clutch last drive, man. It kind of was like Joe Montana in those Super Bowls, 5 yards. It was like little plays, and then finally hit a nice shot to Conley, who's caught only 3 balls all season long, to trust him right there. And like, I need you to make a play. That's like when, remember Eli throwing to Tyreek Hill, or not Tyreek, excuse me, David Tyree, or all these other guys that like haven't been there to trust them and be like, oh man, and hit it perfectly. And that one to Ayuk, it had to be that spot, and it was. And Ayuk made a great play, but that wasn't even a better throw. Let's be honest. For Purdy, he hasn't been playing good in the rain. He was, I think, 52% before that last drive. It wasn't looking good at all. However, when he had to make a play, he did. And someone also doesn't play good, that offensive line. They were just trash, dude. It was the exact same thing we saw from Cleveland. The offensive line was absolutely pathetic. And we've been talking about this all year long, how we have one great guy, and then we have a bunch of other dudes. And Brock Purdy, it showed. A lot of the times when he was throwing the ball, he was hit. Tip balls, dudes in his face, and he was throwing inaccurate, man. Plus, he had factor the rain. I think this will probably be his worst playoff game this run, because I think he's going to start balling out, man. I think he's going to do great next week, and he's going to I think still think he's going to take us to that Super Bowl, man, and have a great game. And this was, I think, a learning experience for everybody. That offensive line, hopefully pray next week that there's no rain again, because for some reason we just don't play great. But for him to do that, all odds against him, man. People kind of chirping in the on the sideline. You saw Ray McLeod and them trying to, like, not going at it because Brock was very calm. Everything looked like it was going against us. But when you could have that clutch drive, and he did it again too at a Cleveland game. Remember, he drove down the field and exactly got that shot to win the game. The kicker just missed it. So he has that clutch gene in him. And I was watching that last drive. I was thinking, oh my gosh, is this gonna be Brock Purdy making a play, or is it going to be Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0? I was thinking, like, oh, please, like, don't have it. And he did it, man. He came through clutch. So obviously there's still going to be hate out there. But to me, I loved what I saw. I loved what I saw, man. That clutch gene, having to have it in the end and doing it. Without one of your best receivers, too. Without Deebo Samuel, I am doing this. So to me, I'm going to take this every day to the bank, man. I still think this guy's like a really great quarterback. I still think he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback. So Nick Wright, you could still talk your trash. You could kick rocks, because the Brock start, he got it done at the end when it counted most.
Yeah, man. Like you said, without Deebo Samuel, I understand George Kittle had a really solid game. So did Christian McCaffrey. He was actually kind of struggling too, even though he made huge plays at the end of the game. So it was like your receiving core was kind of struggling. Luckily, we did get Juwan Jennings back, who balled out.
Absolutely,
man. He freaking was that. Amazing. He was that guy who kept us in the game. I think that drive before where they missed on Ray McLeod. Do you remember that one where freaking Brock Purdy threw it through like 3 defenders? He went up and just snagged it.
Yep.
I thought we were going to score on that position, but obviously we missed. But still, that kind of got us moving. That got us our offensive momentum. We're like, okay, now we can really drive on these guys. And then Brock Purdy, he was like, dude, I'm not going to go down there again and not come away with points. And man, when he freaking broke out for that run, also that was huge. That was like John Elway-esque. Obviously,
the helicopter flip.
Yeah, he didn't score that touchdown, but just to freaking go out there, have the balls to go, like, hey, I'm gonna sacrifice my body, get as much yards as possible, and then Christian McCaffrey was able to kick it in right after that. That was a huge play in itself as well.
Oh yeah, because I mean that play that did look like a sack, and offensive line, let's be real, they were getting worked. Aaron Baines was getting worked, who I actually like. Brendel getting worked. McKivitz getting worked. I gotta watch film. I don't know how Feliciano did, but he probably was getting work too. For him to scramble out and get that, it was like John Elway, that helicopter play against Green Bay in the Super Bowl that year. But it was just amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. That last drive. And even he did have that one nice drive where we got that touchdown to Kittle. That was a sweet ass throw too. So, but for some reason those rain games, that's why I kept telling you, I was like, dude, please don't have it rain. If it's gonna be raining, it's gonna be a close ass game, and it was, man. It was like when I told you about the Arizona Cardinals game. Remember how I said, dude, who was out? I know Armstead was out. And I'm not sure if Hargrave was out that game, but I said they're gonna score points on us. They're gonna score a lot of points on us. All I want to do is win the game, and our offense carried us. This game, it was a little bit of both offense and defense that both carried us. But to me, I told you I just want to get away with the win, and we did that. So we are moving on, and I don't know what else to say, man. Like I said, I had 2 heart attacks during this damn game, but I still feel that we're the best team in football. We didn't play the best. Our defense kind of gave up some big plays. We got to address stuff. We got to address the Ambry Thomas situation that's been going on these past few games, because that right there ain't working out at all. But overall, man, I'm pumped that we're able to get this win. It was an ultimate team win, and Brock Purdy said that after the game. He's like, hey, they were talking about that last drive. He's like, hey, it was a team win. These guys right there all had to make plays, and they made plays. So I love it, man. I feel that. This right here was just a tricky week with the 2 weeks off plus another week. So it was like 20 days right there. You had it was rusty. We're hella rusty out there, but they did make plays when it mattered most. Niners moving on to the NFC Championship game. But what else, man?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta survive in advance, almost like freaking college basketball. Sometimes you don't win pretty, but as long as you get that W at the end of the day to give yourself a shot at the ultimate goal, right?
And I swear to you, I know I'm gonna watch. I said another video that watching FS1 is my guilty pleasure. I should not be watching that, and I'm gonna hear some takes from Nick Wright coming up. But still, to do this right here, Nick Wright, keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. Because I've said this before. Judgment Day is coming. It's coming, man. So be ready. and let's get that 6th ring, man.
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about this Nick Wright quote. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.